I'm not the best person to advise Hans Flick, but we are saying that if you know how to play, you two know how to watch.
He is stubborn, oh.
Yeah,
That man
because,
is
if
stubborn.
Flick literally has the players always running at you. Ocean or Winnie or Bodro is just the same game plan.
Especially my team, Barcelona. This season, team the team is not. It is not at all. A lot is going on now. Honestly, it's a lot. Welcome back to Gossips 24 Sports Channel. And yesterday, Champions League match. Some are losing, some are drawing. In fact, Leo.
Well,
where champions were held to a draw by Karabakh. In fact, so Chelsea played a cup tournament called Carabao. You understand? They played Carabao and they weren't able to win over Karabakh. I have said that how football is going these days now, you cannot hear the name of a team and then automatically assume that, oh, this team, we are going to score them, because if you do anyhow, in fact, my brothers and sisters, you will collect anyhow. Okay. Club Brugge also drew with FC Barcelona.
Okay. Do you want to call them? So I'll talk about Chelsea's game first.
Talk about Chelsea's game.
So Chelsea's coach is refusing to know that he's playing the Champions League. The Champions League is not a Carabao Cup or the FA Cup that you change players. You should have a first 11. You know that the Champions League is the biggest stage in the European football. Yeah. Let's look at his bench. Hakto and Tosi. When it comes to the midfield, they count Andres Silva and Lavia. These players on a normal days not going to start for the Chelsea team.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether if he underestimates the Karabakh he's playing against, because before Karabakh playing Chelsea, he has won some games in the Champions League. He lost against Bilbao and won against other teams in the Champions League. He's having almost 6 points or 9 points. So if you're playing a team like this, you should play all your first 11 players. I'm not saying the players who side for Chelsea are not the first 11, but play your best 11. Because this stage of Champions League is we are going to have top 8 who are going to qualify to the round of 16. Yeah. And the other half of the 9 to 18 is going to play a playoff. Yeah. So you should play safe and win before even doing changes to your setup. So I'll amount to this draw because it was supposed to be a defeat, but this draw to the coach. The Chelsea coach didn't try at all going this game because investors bet and he made them lose their bet.
So you are thinking about investors?
No. Personally, as a footballer and investors also.
But you agree with me, Chelsea haven't been the Chelsea we know.
I get what I say, but when it comes to something like competition, Chelsea know how to play very well. If you look at the way he moved from the
I'm coming to
win, he was playing some way, but he wanted to
let me get to my point. Okay. You made mention of the fact that Chelsea did rotational plays in their selection, so it's one of the reasons why it hasn't helped them to at least secure a win in this match.
Yes, please.
But then you know that rotational plays in EPL itself helps, especially when Chelsea were buying players. They bought a lot of players because they want to do rotations and be able to keep some of them fit for competitions like this. Lavia on your small player, in as much as on your enough playing time on your small player. The other players you mentioned are not players that are bench players; they are starters. Now, my problem is Chelsea always finds a way to win. With the start of the season, they find a way to win, but they haven't been good.
Yeah,
no, it's true.
So that is what you are seeing in this game. It's not about the rotations. Arsenal does rotations, but because the squad is good and they have been playing together very well, you see it both within the rotations and the main squad. They do their job. You understand? Even with Slavia Prague, Arsenal did rotations. There were a lot of players that came off from the bench and started in the first 11, but they give you results. It's unlike Chelsea, who haven't been able to at least give us a convincing win, like almost winning match in the but and said that yet to say, we won't say, oh, match with the Chelsea. Exactly. So my thing is, if you talk about a coach not understanding that this is Champions League and he has to improvise and come up with a lot of strategies to win, I agree. But the fact that you are talking about squad rotations and all of that. I think that is not.
Okay, so I agree with you with some point that you made, but if you compare the bench of Chelsea and that of Arsenal, Arsenal is far ahead of
No,
Chelsea.
I'm not comparing.
No, so you say you did the rotation and you
No,
won
I'm
against
talking.
other
I
players, but
think
if you look at
I
the
think the
rotation you did,
contrast.
it's
The contrast is not with comparison. The contrast is with the kind of team they are playing. Now, Karabakh is not a team Chelsea to lose against, even if they do rotations. And they have quality. The players you mentioned are quality players.
Yeah.
So it's not about. I'm not comparing their bench with Arsenal.
But I still think Arsenal's bench is superior to Chelsea's bench. I think that's what Jonathan is saying.
I'm talking. Look, when you check the squad that started, I think they just made maybe 2-3 major changes from the first 11. This guy, what's his name? Lavia coming in. The other player you mentioned, what's his name? Tosin coming in. Those are
Gittins, George, Tariq George.
No, George.
Whilst you have
George,
the lab on the bench.
The lab is not a starter for them.
But
Joao Pedro is a starter.
But you can't start an 18-year Tariq George over the lab, who has been playing the league already.
George has been playing quite a couple of matches for them. He comes up from the bench and he delivers. So giving him the nod in a game like this feels like, okay, you can actually prove. And then we've been seeing that with other teams like I don't want to go to Arsenal because it might look like I'm comparing. But the contrast is that these were not players that don't play.
Yeah, they play.
They play. So the problem is not with the squad rotation. The problem is the fact that the team are actually struggling. They are literally struggling to win. So you won't say, oh, you're winning match, no, problem in your Chelsea problem.
Okay, so let's go to the Barcelona match, and I would like to say something concerning the highline.
The highline,
Hansi Flick is playing. I'm not the best person to advise Hansi Flick, but we are saying that if you know how to play, you know how to watch.
He is stubborn. That man is stubborn.
We know Barcelona used the highline last season and won 3 domestic trebles. That's the fact. But going forward, we all know that Barcelona don't have Inigo Martinez at the back to instruct the defenders, to tell them when to move the highline. So find a way and do some changes.
Let them play a normal football.
Flick is not having a backup plan after the highline.
Hansi Flick is like Ange Postecoglou. Both of them play rigid football. Like, okay, we are playing highline, and as to whether you are winning or losing, whatever the game plan is, you stick to that plan. At the point, Luis Enrique does that too. But the point with the difference between Flick and Enrique is Enrique has a bit of dynamics, has changes. Like he sometimes evolves. Maybe Obo highline and that's far. He gradually builds from the back. He lets the players sit a bit so they can actually take it from there. But Flick literally has the players always running at you. Osheno or Winnie or Bodro is just the same game plan. And sometimes I think coaches should understand that you have a lot of materials in the team because everybody has a different setup and dynamics to the game. So the kind of football Yamal will play, when you bring a player like maybe Ferran Torres, he won't play that. If you are playing a player like Rafinha on the flank where Yamal is, they are not going to play. He has to evolve, and it will be difficult for Rafinha to do that. So if you are not having, let's say for example, you are not having Mostantuano on the right flank, and you are having, let's say, a player like what's his name, Rodrigo. There, you know, Rodrigo understands the dynamics there, but Mostantuano will struggle too. And they say, I will say, you find a rhythm that will suit him to be able to deliver, and that is what Hansi Flick is not doing.
Because the reason why what you're saying is perfect, but the reason I'm having issues is that if he's going to continue to play this line, because regardless of you having Rafinha back, you are going to meet games that you need not to concede.
Like the back is supposed to be
because
settled.
if you look at the way he was playing against Inter, if it was a normal Barcelona coaching, maybe a Pep Guardiola Barcelona or maybe a Luis Enrique Barcelona, Inter cannot score against Barcelona. Exactly. But if you are going to win a game 4-3, 3-3, the more you concede, the Champions League is in a way that the more you concede, if he's going to continue to play
your chances become slim.
Barcelona can win the Champions League. He can win the Champions League. You should find something to do changes with the highline.
Papaya Abreu, in fact.
Abreu is AC was with the Abreu.
No. See, I've said it before. Inigo Martinez, he went with the highline. Last season, Araujo was injured for the most part of the season. You understand? Yeah. So he wasn't even there to take lessons. And we already know Araujo, even without the highline. Position
his position is a problem.
You understand? And then Martinez served as a leader at the back. You understand? Say, oh yeah. later when Maraho came crying,
Yeah, still.
there was this match. He was trying to be the highline. It was so funny. You understand?
Yeah.
So he still doesn't understand the whole dynamics surrounding the highline. So coach, when far say sound tactics it's as simple as that. But this man, he's so stubborn. Say, oh no, me, I don't know what is wrong with Germans. Or more, the Nipanaga obey no, and one obey. So let's see if the many concerns that have been raised by both fans and then rival fans. Yeah. If you take it into
Villarreal are not
consideration.
looking good. Villarreal are not looking. I think after signing Partey and Renato Vieira, I think that they should have been strengthening the team by now. But I don't know what's wrong with the team. They are literally not on the win-win percentage rates in the number of games they've played now. They are not really there like that. I don't know what's causing the problem, but losing against Pafos is quite.
Charlie.
It's quite. And then City also proved once again why they are the best.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was telling you that playing in the league without form is different from playing in the Champions League. The Champions League has a different rhythm. It has a different
dynamics.
Exactly. So if the team is actually not performing in the Champions League, then you can say that team they had this season on but it's evident they won for
especially my team Barcelona. This season team the team is not. It is not at all.
Over the first Champions League match already they say champion. Arsenal for say
Fine.
Williams. He has still not won a match.
He's injured. Inaki Williams is injured.
But the team is not doing well.
At all.
The team is not doing well. Now the conversation I want us to have is between the two top teams on the Champions League table.
And Arsenal.
So we have Bayern, Arsenal, Inter, like in order of merit. So Bayern is first, Arsenal is second, Inter is third, Man City, Paris, Newcastle, Real Madrid, Liverpool are in the top 8, with Liverpool sitting on the 8th position with the top 8. So if it stays this way, that means these 8 have automatically qualified round of 16. Now the bottom 18 teams, or no, 16 teams, right?
Yes,
that will play the playoffs are Galatasaray, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting CP, Borussia Dortmund, Karabakh, Atlanta Athletic Club, PSV Monaco, Pafos, Leverkusen, Club Brugge, Frankfurt, and Napoli. So if it stays this way, that means the 9th to 24th on the table are going to play playoffs. Now we're discussing Bayern and Arsenal being on the radar, like the two top clubs currently performing in Europe.
Yeah.
Now these two clubs are first and second on the
Champions League
on the table, and they are playing next week.
Next
2
weeks.
Next 2 weeks. Okay, so the matches. Their matches actually
the next Champions League.
The next Champions League game. Wow, this will be very interesting. This will be very
So ask the question and you answer the question first because you're an Arsenal fan.
Because you know, the question I want to ask is already answered. Like, because this is going to literally be a tactical game.
Yeah.
These two teams equally have good records in Europe.
Yeah.
So the team who will win between these two teams
first.
is winning the Champions League this season.
You think so?
Yeah, between Bayern Munich and Arsenal.
I think it's too early because I can talk from last season the way PSG went to play a playoff and qualify for the playoff and went ahead to win the Champions League. So it's early this yet for me to agree with Fifia that.
Oh, then I can say FC Barcelona will play the playoffs, but they can win the Champions League this season.
No. Sometimes there is always a one where I go with this in this world. If they are playing a competition, try to qualify for the next stage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So any team that will be able to qualify for the next stage is a potential winner of the Champions League.
I know, but dare to dream, my brother. Dare to dream. In fact,
saying Bayern and Arsenal going to the Champions League.
This match is going to be the clash of the 10 times. The clash of the viewers. This season,
I'm really looking forward to
this season
after the Champions the international break.
Bayern
and Arsenal. I'm really looking forward to that game.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to that game.
You know, like
I have my reservations, but I have my.
You have to say it.
Oh,
I
no.
want to hear it.
Like, don't worry. I'll say it when next we meet. Okay.
don't reserve it.
No, I'm reserving.
You are
when
reserving
next
it all.
when next we meet.
Guys, so these are the standings after match day 4.
Four games played, 4 games left.
Four games played of the Champions League. So
4 games left.
let us know which teams do you think would qualify for the round of 16, and then we will be back on your screen again. Today we were your hosts, Amifia. I'm here with Leo and Jonathan. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and we will see you again very soon. Bye.